Talk to me. How are you feeling?
I feel really good. My mind just feels completely clear. I did this morning when I woke up very early naturally on my own. I felt very refreshed, like ready to go. Mm-hmm. And I had a little anxiety in my chest this morning. That was the only thing I noticed that wasn't positive, but it went away. Yeah. But yeah, then after that, I've just like felt so clear, and it just feels like a weight's lifted off my shoulders.
What do you think's the biggest thing that you've noticed has changed?
I feel like now I don't even, like before, if I noticed that I wasn't thinking of it and I was excited that like I wasn't thinking of it, I would then, what I told you before, like I would start thinking about it. But now, today at like 4:30, I went to just across the street to grab some groceries. I was like, oh wow, I haven't thought about it. And then I just moved on with my life. Like I didn't then go into that old spiral that I used to get into. Now I feel like I can talk about, so I was just explaining it to my brother a little bit. And I was like, I normally wouldn't even be able to discuss it because I would be so afraid that I would get back into my old habit loop and it would like go back in my mind. But I was able to just like very openly discuss it and tell him about it. And I wasn't afraid. It like didn't re-trigger it.
So how is that different to before?
Before it would, like if I were to discuss it, then I would get back in the bad habit loop of thinking about it, or I would just be so much more tense thinking about it because I would be afraid that it would bring me all the way back.
What are you feeling on a scale of, 1 to 10, 10 being really bad, 1 being not at all? Whereabouts are you finding yourself now that's all settled down a bit?
Definitely a 1.
Yeah. And where were you when we started?
An 8.
Yeah, nice. International high five.
Yeah. Virtual high five.
That's very cool. So how is what we did different to things you may have done in the past?
So I was just saying this to my brother too, actually, just with life coaches. And I truly I love my life coach. I think she's helped me with so much. But even when I brought this topic up, like I finally had enough courage to admit that this was an issue in my life. It wasn't, even though we don't go so deep, we went deeper where I was able to actually identify the root cause of the problem and really get over it. Like I feel like after when I discussed it with my life coach, it was just like, okay, well, we have to relabel this, and here's a couple tactics you can use, but it didn't help me in the long term. I was just like, okay, I'm going to practice using these tactics, but this was just completely different where it actually tackled the root cause of the problem and wiped it out. What would I say about other people doing a session with you?
Someone thinking about it, yeah.
Yeah, I would say 1000%. I'm like, I want literally everybody in my family to do this with you because I really, it's so valuable.
Was any part of it painful or overwhelming for you?
No, not at all.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it so much. I mean, it's definitely the most valuable thing I've ever done. I feel like this is really what will allow me to integrate that stuff more.
Yeah. Do you think the guys from Spotify will benefit?
Yes, definitely. I was going to send you this post today that the head of HR sent out, and it just basically is like how we deal during this time, and it's okay to be upset and it's okay to grieve and everything. And I'm like, but what if you don't need to? In my head.
That is an amazing question. It is.
Exactly.
Because you don't need to.
Exactly.
Right.
So I feel like it would be very, very valuable.
So just imagine like all the people that are at home just like freaking out about what's coming up in the future, feeling the way that you feel right now.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
And like you're I think, pretty much exactly on the opposite side of the world to me. Like, you're all the way over in New York and on the east coast of Australia. It doesn't matter where you are. And,
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. Because we hire all these external people for all these different trainings. And I'm like, this is by far so much more valuable.